Hello, hello, hello. If you can hear me, I don't have the best lighting today. Oh my goodness. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up, a big thumbs up so I know that you can hear me. And hit that like button if you would as we get started here. Oh my goodness. Hello, Miss Net. Hello, hello. Hello, Adele is in the house. Nora. Oh my goodness. Vaughn's on a roll. I'm going to try and keep up with this as I do the live. Lisa is supposed to be coming on. I hope everything, keep our fingers crossed because she's in Canada. So I'm hoping we're going to get good internet and she's going to be able to come on here with no problems. Hello, hello, Lisa from Outdoor Dash Travels, my friend. How are you doing? You were under the weather a little bit this week. Graham Whittaker says, good day to all fellow Globies from, oh my goodness, Sanford Valley. Oh my goodness, Showgrounds. Hello, hello. Oh my goodness, Kathleen Donahue from Virginia Beach. Oh my goodness. And Valerie is from Nashville watching. So we're all over the place. My sister in love, one of the holy. Hello, Amy. We just talked a few minutes ago. Oh my goodness, what a day. Have you guys seen the videos of Lisa? Oh, she is a young woman who had a terrible thing happen to her. Some blood vessels, I guess they gathered in a cluster. I don't really understand the medical history of it, but the damage with them bursting was that it in fact damaged her spinal cord, and the ending result was she lost the use of her legs, and was paralyzed from the waist down. So but she, oh my goodness, what an inspiration she is. She not only surfs, she has skydived, she plays basketball, she's a Paralympian, she's won numerous gold medals, and she just has decided that she's not going to let that physical disability keep her and handicap her or prevent her from living a full life. She went on, she's now she's also a mechanical engineer, and if you haven't seen the tour of her van, you do not want to miss that. It is something to behold. Pull down shelves and elevator bench that raises her up to her bed, and just so many amazing, interesting features. But anyhow, hey, Shara Mills says, I can hear you and see you today, Carol. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Oh my goodness. Lisa P. Hey, Lisa, I got to call you because I am still planning to be in Las Vegas, and I am going to be having a meetup on the 4th. I think that is Thursday, and it's going to be at a Venezuelan restaurant. Let me get the name of it sometime during this live. Remind me, you all, to get the name of their restaurant. Let me see if I can look it up right now. It is in I thought something a little change of pace. We're going to meet at 4 o'clock on hold on, I can't multitask. You guys know that. Let's see. The name of it is Viva Las Arepas. Viva Las Arepas. And it has very good reviews, and it's at 1616 South Las Vegas Boulevard. So that's where we will be meeting, and hopefully I'll send out a community notice and that type of things. So hello, hello. Let me go back. I've lost some of the comments. Yeah, so oh, all in the you're in the Las Vegas now. Well, I'm not going to be there till Tuesday. So if you're there, Lily, we will definitely meet up. Hey, Phoenix Jordan, welcome from North Carolina. Oh my goodness. I hope to be in North Carolina sometime this year, before the fall, although when it gets too hot in North Carolina, I can't handle it. But I hope to be in there sometime this year. Um uh Everyone is saying hello to everyone. Hey, Kenneth Bailey, I haven't seen you in a while. Oh my goodness, you're worth everything, my favorite lady, my favorite guy. I don't know where you've been, Kenneth, but I'm glad you're back. Vaughn girl, Cheryl is in the house. Oh, you watched the interview and the tour. Amazing. Isn't she amazing, Cheryl? She is just, and she's going to be on, I hope, in a few minutes. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to drop the link and get her on here. Hey, Lava Lindy. Hello, hello. Lindy has got some, I don't know. I don't want to spill the surprise, but she's got some videos coming up. She's doing something really incredible. I may have to copy what she's doing. But I'll just give you a hint. It's about hot weather, but Lindy's got something coming up. So check out Lava Lindy at Lindy's Awesome Van Adventures. And keeping it Wheel 306. Hey, there is Lisa. Lisa is in the house and she's got a YouTube channel and she's uploaded a video today. I haven't had a chance to watch it, but right after this live, I'm going to watch it. So I am going to drop a link. I'm not going to be talking a whole lot on the comments for the next few minutes because I'm going to be trying to drop a link, and you know how that is, you all. Hey, Faye Martin, hello, hello, and hello, Tony L. Let me see if I can't, oh my goodness, get this in here. Let's see. Okay, invite. I'm going to try and copy. Okay, and come over here and drop the link. I have been having some success lately. Hallelujah, glory, hallelujah. I dropped the link. So, Lisa, do you see where my name is in the comments? Glorious Life on Wheels. There's a link underneath that. If you hit that link, it should bring you up, hopefully. So, Lisa should be, hopefully. I dropped the link. She'll be with us in a couple of minutes. Hey, Brenda Berner, good to see you. Good to see you. Everyone is saying hello, hello, hello. Van Girl Cheryl said, I'll check that out for sure after the live. Yes. Okay, well, we're just waiting for Lisa to join us, hopefully. Although she was saying yesterday, or she was trying to upload a video, and it took like 13 hours. So I don't know if she has a very good internet connection, but I'm just good thoughts, everyone. Good thoughts, so Lisa can get on here. Meanwhile, how many of you were here and saw the live that I did last week from Slab City? Oh my goodness, what a place that is. After I got off the live, I went around, talked to more people, and I spent the night in Slab City. Me and Jessica spent the night in Slab City. Those of you who watched the live last week met a gentleman named Wolf, and he's the one that whose camp I stayed in. And it looks like Lisa is here. Let me bring her up. Hey, Lisa.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. How is it going?
It's going really good today. I'm very happy to be here, and it's a beautiful day where I am. So all around,
Beautiful
all good.
Neighborhood, huh? Okay.
Indeed.
So what is going on? So can you, for those people who haven't had a chance yet to watch your videos, can you tell them just a little bit about yourself and how you came to be involved in van life and travel, and just a brief history of yourself?
Sure. Okay. Well, I'm gonna reel back to
Okay.
pull this channel off. First off, I don't know if people noticed, but I use a wheelchair. You might not have noticed that. And I've used a wheelchair since I was 14 years old. When I had a very rare medical condition, it basically left me paralyzed from the chest down. I do have some paralysis in my hands, but I really didn't let it slow me down that much, and I quickly got involved in wheelchair sports and had success in that, and traveled all over the world in wheelchair racing.
You're an elite Olympic, Paralympic athlete. You've won several gold medals, haven't you?
That is correct. Yeah, I attended 3 Paralympic Games, and through that I won 7 medals, 6 gold and 1 silver. So
wow, and
I got to travel all over the world.
I was just going to say, what countries have you been in participating in those sports? What countries have you been in participating?
Over 25.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I competed all over Europe. I'd go there once or twice a year. Australia, Mexico, Sweden, or Brazil, Japan, China, Korea. You name it, I've been to most of the developed countries.
Wow. And when you got involved in, was it when you got involved in, well, how, okay, tell me how as a teenager you got involved in the Paralympic games and activities. What led you to become involved in them?
You know, I was so lucky when I was in the hospital initially after my paralysis. My physiotherapist was actually married to a Paralympic athlete. He did wheelchair racing and swimming,
Wow.
and she introduced us. And he was such a mentor for me. And from there, I just started practicing with wheelchair racing, and then I quickly evolved. I really quickly found success to the point where a year later, after getting out of the hospital, I was at a major competition in Canada.
Wow.
And
What
I think you're frozen. Okay. Oh, no, you're
it,
good.
it was just fate. You were meant to meet that nurse. And I mean, what is the likelihood of that, of meeting someone whose husband was a Paralympic? I mean, it's just, it was meant to be. So you now, I interviewed you down at a beach in Southern California where you were with a group of surfers surfing. So how long have you been surfing now?
Uh, I I would say a little over a year. I tried it a few times back in 2017 and 2019, but really committed to it last winter. Last January is when I really started getting more practice. And so a little over a year. I'm still a pretty novice at it, but enjoying it very much.
Wow. And you also play basketball and do a lot of other, you've even skydived, you told me. Can you,
I have, yeah. I
I
mean,
think I
actually,
think
it's funny because the only,
I think what's happening is I'm getting my questions and
sorry,
stuff.
you froze on that. Well,
Yeah, it's taking a little while to get to you. So guys, be you all in the chat, be patient. It's taking a little while. But you did go skydiving.
I did. I went skydiving in Australia way back in 2004. I was living for the winter down there and training in wheelchair racing, and took a day off to go jump out of a plane. And it's funny that skydiving didn't scare me, but surfing did. Surfing's the only thing that has ever really scared me in life. So that's why I needed to go back and get, you know, better at it so I could remove that fear.
So it sounds like from what you're saying is that when something you find something um challenges you or makes you fearful, instead of running away from it, you run towards it and in fact embrace it and try and overcome the fear is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I would say definitely lean into it. I love overcoming a challenge, and I love proving to people that I can do something that maybe they didn't think I could do, or even I didn't think I could do. I think I get a really good feeling of accomplishment when that does happen. So I definitely look for those opportunities in my life to show just all the capability that I do have.
So you have refused to be limited, and it doesn't sound like you really engage in a lot of pity parties, that you really are more focused on positive.
I mean, I definitely do have my moments, and I think time has helped. So, time away from, I can barely even remember what it's like to be able to walk and do things that way. So, I think that is one of the biggest things that helps people in a situation like mine is just, you know, you're not comparing, let's say, your new life to your old life. And for pretty much most of my memories, I just remember being in a wheelchair. So it's just my normal. So, but definitely, I do try to look at the positive things in life and really appreciate the good things that I do have going for me.
So it sounds like being grateful and exhibiting gratitude is one of the things that motivates you. And there are a lot of people who watch my channel who are in difficult circumstances, whether physical health or whether financial, do you have any suggestions on things that help you to keep upbeat and to keep positive, and things that you do to encourage yourself?
Oh, that's a tough question. I think um, I've just always I've gone through some really tough times, and I just always have faith that things will work out. And I don't. Every person's faith can come from a different thing. I think mine is just in a knowing that the universe is putting you in a situation because it's going to teach you something, or you're going to grow from it. So for me, that's the approach that I take, in knowing that situations will improve if you are struggling, and taking on the challenge, and knowing that once you get through that, you're going to feel so much accomplishment and be able to look back and have so much pride on overcoming that. I think that's what always keeps me going, is I know it's going to improve, and I know I'm going to have so much to look back on and be grateful for going through that process.
So it sounds like you just have confidence going in instead of looking at it from a negative perspective. You have confidence going in, and that confidence propels you to keep going. I want to switch gears a little bit here and go to your van build, because there were just so many very unique things about it. And I know you're an engineer, so your mind works like that. You know, you see a problem and you immediately start working on what is a fix. But what were some things that you looked at or helped you to come up with ideas? And your situation is different from many, because you really have to build a van that you can move around in your wheelchair and do other things. But how did you come up with some of the ideas that you did, like the elevator bench? I mean, that was just, how did you just come up with these ideas?
So the elevator so the backstory is that my bed is very, very high because it has a mountain bike underneath it. It has to be high to fit that. And because I can't stand or weight bear, I just have to use my arms and my upper body to move my body into bed. And I was very much struggling with how I would get into bed, because my bed is over my shoulder height. And so I just thought on it for days and days and days. And then eventually I thought, I can make sort of a transfer station where I can transfer to my seat level, and then have another transfer that's a little bit higher, and then transfer onto that, and then get into so almost like a step up into the bed. But I didn't like the fact that it'd be a lot of work on my shoulders, and that it would take up some room. So honestly, it just came to me one night as I was ruminating, trying to fall asleep. And I had the idea of putting the bench next to the bed, so I'd have a workstation, which is kind of where I'm at right now. And it just clicked that, I could turn the bench almost into like a dumbwaiter, an elevator that just comes up from the floor. And that was sort of the original idea. It was something from the floor, but then I was like, I have a bench right there. It's almost the same thing. But then the trick was finding the right equipment to be able to make the bench. So the lid of the bench comes up. So I probably did about 2 days of searching on the internet, finding the right piece of equipment that could do that.
So you said you were before a designer for commercial spaces. So did that help you because you already were you have a design history?
So my work wasn't really related to that. I would design ductwork and figure out how much air and water needs to move in through a building and things like that. So it's not directly related to anything with the van, but I think just the idea of engineering, it involves a lot of problem solving, a lot of outside of the box thinking. That background definitely helps me in the van build. And just my nature as a person is, like I said before, you you have a challenge, and I just find a way to overcome it.
Well, let me ask you this. So, what future challenges do you want to take on? What's next for you?
What's next for me? I'm actually just right in a groove right now. So I just spent my winter in California and quickly drove up the coast, and I'm now in Canada. And I'm just gonna head back home, spend the summer in Saskatchewan, where I'm from. And I'm not really like, I'm just so happy with the way things are going that I'm not necessarily looking for anything, any big drastic thing to take on. There's some plans I want to do through the summer. I would love to do a bike packing tour where I'm camping overnight with my bike, and just, I love the van, but even to get even more immersed in nature is something I'd like to take on. I've never done that. And then just continue to progress my surfing. I have a competition coming up in Hawaii in May, so just getting prepared for that. But I'm willing to take on whatever challenges life does throw at me. Though that's the thing I've learned. You never know. You can plan as much as you want, but life probably won't follow that plan to any sort of order.
So, someone was asking you what province you're from, and so you just is that a province that you named?
Yeah, Saskatchewan is a province, and then I grew up in Moose Jaw, but I now call Saskatoon home when I am home. But that's very rare these days.
For those of us who are not geography or location savvy, what area in the United States is that province closest to?
I'd say above North Dakota.
Okay.
North Dakota or Montana, kind of. Do they neighbor each other? I think they do, right?
But now you were saying one of the things I was like, oh my goodness. You were saying one of the reasons you come down here is because it's kind of it gets down to 40 degrees, negative 40 degrees in the winter and loads of snow. So it's very difficult to maneuver a wheelchair in that kind of weather. And so that's one of the reasons that you travel down to Southern California to get it to better weather and also to be able to still be more mobile. Is that correct?
Oh, that's 100% correct. I spent a lot of years in the winter just really hibernating. I'd leave my apartment to go to work and maybe go to basketball practice, but it's so cold outside. And I really, even just sometimes getting to the grocery store from the parking lot to inside the store would be so tough if there was a fresh set of snow. So I had escaped winter one year. Like I said, I went down to Australia way back in 2004, and I was always looking for a reason to get away from winter again. And then in 2019, I just took a leave of absence from work, and that was my first winter car camping away from Saskatchewan. And I knew that I wanted to do more of that, and just had to find a way to make that happen.
Okay. Well, Kenneth says, I truly thank God for you, Globies, and if you knew my situation, you would know how grateful that Lisa is here today. Well, Kenneth, maybe one day we will know more about your situation, but we're glad that you're here, and we hope that Lisa is an encouragement and just someone who lets us know that, regardless of your situation, there can be something to be grateful for, and there is something to look forward to. So you're going to be back down next summer, and we are by next summer. Hopefully, I will have. Can you say what's it? I don't know why I have a memory fog when it comes to the name of your surfboard. What kind of board is that again that you're surfing on?
It's called the wave ski. Yeah, it's basically a sit-on top board. So I sit on top, and I have a paddle that helps me maneuver. So I use almost like a kayak paddle to get outside of the waves and then get my momentum to catch a wave.
All right. Oh, thank you. Redheaded Riding Hood dropped a link to your channel. So your channel is Keeping It Wheel. Keepin is Keepin. It wheel WHEEL 306. So I want every single Globie to go over and subscribe to Lisa. And would you also do something for me? Would each of you share out her video to at least 5 people so we can give her a little boost and get her starting? She's starting her channel, really getting her channel started, and wants to build it up. And Globies, you know, we can get people going and we can get their channels going. So would you do that? I would love to see Lisa. Let's get Lisa to 1,000 subscribers, and let's get her monetized, and let's get her off the ground, and let's be the wind beneath her sails to get her going. So we're looking forward to some wonderful, wonderful things coming out of your channel. And your video that's today, what is the video that you aired today about, Lisa?
So I just uploaded a video this morning, and it's just my story. I wanted a good introduction. A lot of what we talked about today. I tell my whole story, how I got into van life, and I show just a little bit of a teaser of what's to come with some of the sports I do. I just had some video clips of that to really let people know that, yeah, I'm quite capable, and there's so many adventures that are out there that are, you know, accessible if you can make them that way. And that's what I'm always seeking to try to do more of.
Well,
and actually, I have to say, Carol, after we did the tour with you and we talked about, okay, I should start doing a YouTube, you know, putting out videos, and people have been telling me that for years. But the very next day I met another stranger, and she's the one that, she said exactly the same thing. And I said, okay, this is the universe telling me, when 2 people in 2 days have been, you know, telling me I should do more YouTube. I said, okay, I'm not going to fight it anymore. So here we go.
That's what we call a confirmation. In a spiritual world, we say that's a confirmation that people who are totally unrelated to each other, who have no connection to each other, don't even know each other, give you the same message. That's a confirmation that that's something that, you know, is open and ready for you to embrace. So we are looking forward to seeing your upcoming videos. And I am looking forward to, when I get Glow Haven started, to you helping me come up with some great innovative ideas for these little tiny houses and tiny spaces that I want to develop. So I am, oh my goodness, I'm so excited to have met you and be able to pick your brain, because I'm not the most creative person, but with you on board, oh my goodness, it's going to be spectacular. So that I'm excited about that. Adventurous Spirit is saying, that's Pam. She said that she saw your video and is just really saw the first video and says you're awesome. Annie and Spence. Annie says, kudos to Lisa's perseverance and accomplishments. Very motivational story, and love that she is also able to live van life. Hi, Carol and everyone. Hello, hello, Annie and Spence. Oh my goodness. So everyone is saying hello, and so many people watched your the first video, and hopefully we'll watch the tour, because I think when people see the tour of your van, they're going to get so many ideas, because you did the pull down shelf because of, you know, having to be able to not be able to reach up high. But it would also, it's not just for someone who's using a wheelchair. That could be for so many people. And like you said, you're able to use that upper space. Even in a house, that would be a practical idea. If you're living in a house or apartment, you know, you have shelves and cabinets sometimes that have high levels. Having something like that. Now, that pull down device, where did you find that? Did you fabricate that, or where did you find that pull down contraption, I'm going to say, that you put in the cabinet?
Yeah. So that's a commercially available product. It's called Rev-A-Shelf. And I happen to find one used about 8 hours from where I live. And they are quite expensive, but this guy practically was giving this one away. And so it needed some work. So I fixed and replaced some parts on it. But they're very available online if you just search you can find it. And I will go back and point out one thing is like, yes, you hit the nail right on the head. That can benefit anybody. And that's a big part of what I do with design. It's called universal design. And even with the small, tiny spaces that you're going to be building, why not make them all somewhat accessible so that there's no stairs to get in, and then anybody could wheel a stroller up there or a walker in there. And, it's the concept of accommodating everybody, and it's, not necessarily a special thing. It's just making the world more accessible for everybody.
That's such a well said thing. And I'm looking at some of the person I have in mind for the tiny village that I want to develop is an older person who needs a space to stay. So I'm looking for things that would be accessible if you're in a walker or a wheelchair, and getting into a shower or being able to reach things in a cabinet. Or and you had, oh my goodness, in those are those pistons or actuators? What was that on your bed that you were able to bring up each corner of your bed? What were those called that you had in the corners?
Oh, yeah. The bed has an actuator, so it's an electric 110 volt, it's not. It's an electric actuator, and it just plugs in, and you have to program it, but you can find many different kinds. Yeah.
So it's just an actuator. And then I really liked how you designed your kitchen.
Do we still have a good connection? Because you were breaking up a little bit on that last.
Okay. Yeah, you were breaking up a little bit too. But I like where I hadn't seen this before. You had the induction stove in a pull-out unit so that you could roll your wheelchair underneath it rather than have it in most of them are inset in the counter. So you have to lean over, but yours, you brought it out to you so then you could reach in. I thought that was just really brilliant. And then having the space underneath the sink so you could roll your wheelchair underneath the sink and get into it. These are things, again, that are really have universal application for people who are on walkers or wheelchairs, who are maybe older. There were just so many, I thought, really great ideas that you implemented that um, would be something that I think many would benefit from seeing or having access to. So I am going to see if there are any questions. Does anyone
and
have?
those were some of those ideas I took from my own.
Uh-oh. We're having a little problem. You're kind of
Sorry, I was going to say some of those ideas I took from my own kitchen.
Okay. You know what? I don't know if you can hear me.
We can get back on track here.
Okay. I have an idea for a video for you. Why don't you do a tour of your kitchen in your house and share some of the ideas that you've implemented in your own? Because when you're not on the road, you rent out, you were telling me you rent out your sticks and bricks, but when you get off the road for the months at a time until you get back on the road, why don't you do a tour of all the accessible things and ideas that you have in your own place? I bet that would be so helpful to people. Well, it looks like we're kind of slowing down here. So I'm going to see if we can ask a few questions and see if we can get any answers. But it looks like the connection is getting a little bad.
I can absolutely do that. I've actually done that on my Instagram. I've done stories.
Okay. All right. Well, Lisa, thank you so very much. Looks like several people have gone over and subscribed, and I'm hoping they're going to all share your video, and I'm going to be sharing them. And
okay. I'm just going to try to move my cell phone because that's my hotspot. That looks better now, I think.
Okay. All right. You're getting frozen. You're kind of frozen, but we can hear you, but okay. All right. So you will be perhaps doing that on your YouTube channel, showing some of your accessibility items in your own sticks and bricks? Okay. Well, it looks like we're having a little problem. Oh, all right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and close out Lisa. But Lisa, thank you so, so, so much for being on today.
Yes, I've made a list of ideas for videos, and I won't be home for another month at least.
Okay, but hey, everyone here says they want to follow your journey. So maybe as you're on the road, you could be doing videos showing where you're going and what you're doing, because I think everyone would love to follow along, and even some maybe some cooking videos and showing how you cook and different things. People are interested. They want to see more of you, Lisa. So we would love to see more of you, and we're hoping that'll be the case. And I'm going to say goodbye, and I will be in touch, and we will be surfing before you know it. Thanks so much, Lisa, for being on, and we'll be talking soon, I hope. All right. Well, folks, we had some problems with connections, but I think you were able to get the gist of her um of her just her positive attitude. And oh my goodness. Let me go back over here and see. I've missed so many comments. I'm going to catch up over here. I've got several people saying they're subscribed. Um, uh, how do you do that and still watch? Grandma's saying, uh-oh. Well, Debbie Johnson just subscribed. Adele, oh, thank you. Miss Net subscribed. Oh, thank you, guys. Let's get her going. Let's get her channel going and encourage her, you know. Hey, Boo Baby says, I believe highly in confirmation. Yes, that was definitely a confirmation. Whenever I interview someone, especially someone as interesting and dynamic as Lisa is, I always encourage them, if they're so inclined, to start a YouTube channel. And if I can do anything to help them along the way, I do my best to do that, because I love seeing other people's stories, especially people who are inspirational like Lisa. One of the holies says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, everyone. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. Um, Red-headed writing said, let's get Lisa's at 207. Keep it going up. Yes, keep it going up. Let's see if we can't get her to 500. And then next week, at least a few days, to 1,000. Oh, I'm so excited. Oops, sorry. I'm shaking my computer, shaking my laptop. I'm so excited here. I get excited at people succeeding. I do. And at helping people. Patrick Rose says, greetings from Bremerton, Washington. Oh, that's a beautiful place where the temperature is pushing 80. Oh my goodness. Someone please send cool air this way. Well, I tell you what, there are some people in flooded areas who are wishing they had some nice temperature. Kenneth says it's only natural that darling Lisa is here with Carol. Oh, yes. Isn't she a darling? She is. She is. And hey, Lindy says her channel will do very well, Carol. Can't wait to see what she does. I can't wait to see either. I hope she has a GoPro, because, you could see she sent me that footage that I had in the first video of her surfing. So if she puts that GoPro on when she's playing basketball and doing all these things, I think it's going to be quite oh my goodness, I froze up. What's going on here? Is this the freezer day? But anyhow, I think it's going to be fun to watch her channel. Patrick Ross, same in Southern California, 88 to 90 today. Yeah, Vaughn's on a roll. It is warming up. Hey, Zeblin Creations, hello. Uh um Graham says, thanks, adventurous spirit. It worked, never too old to learn. I missed that, but adventurous spirit says, crafty planner, what's your channel? Yeah, what is your channel, crafty planner? Is that it? Hello, Carlene. Hello, Carlene Griffith. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to catch up on some of these folks that are on. Hey, Erin Mack, I missed you. Hello, hello. How many gold medals? I think she has somewhere between 5 and 7 gold medals, and then some silver, and I think bronze also. So she's quite the elite athlete. Pam from Adventurous Spirit says, Carol, you always find the most interesting people to interview. Lisa has a wonderful spirit, doesn't she? I'm going to tell you guys a funny story. Well, I don't know about funny, but we met over a year ago, well over a year ago, at a van life meetup here in San Diego. And I got her information. I was going to interview her, and I wanted to interview her, but I got really busy with several other interviews and traveling and other things, so I didn't get around to it, and she left and went back to Canada. So I thought, well, that's that, end of that. And I moved on. I really had forgotten all about it until, of all things, now you talk about confirmation. I was at the YMCA, in the hot tub at the Y, relaxing. Who is in the hot tub, the same hot tub with me? Lisa. Do you believe that? Over a year later, and I'm talking to this other woman who's in the hot tub too, an older woman who lives in a van. So I'm talking to her, and she's like, no, I want to keep very confidential. I don't want anyone knowing, don't want my family knowing, don't want my kids knowing. So I was okay, obviously, you don't want to be interviewed if you want to keep it down low. So, but Lisa asked me, she said, do you have a YouTube channel? And she says, were you at a van life? And she named the meetup last year at Fiesta Island. And I was like, yes. And then we got to talking. I was like, oh my goodness. I was supposed to interview you last year and didn't get to. So we figured out a way. It took some doing because she was leaving, and then she postponed her leave day because there were some big waves coming in she wanted to catch, thank goodness. So I was able to interview her. But what is the likelihood of meeting someone in a hot tub from Canada that you met a year ago and wanted to interview? So if that's not a confirmation, if that's not meant to be, I don't know what is meant to be. It was just, so yeah, Pam, I do meet some amazing people. Brenda Berner says, I'm subscribing to Lisa. I saw your interview with her. Yeah, go over and watch the tour of her van. You will be so impressed. Oh my goodness. Van Girl Cheryl says, I'll share this one and also Lisa's video. Yes, I have two videos on Lisa now, so share them both out. And but mostly important, even more so, share out Lisa's video on her YouTube channel, Keeping It Wheel 306. And that's keeping Kepp. I'm sorry, I can't spell right now. Keepin, no G, just Keepin, it wheel 306. Lisa's leaving. Okay, Lisa, you're leaving. I will see you hopefully later. Ganecki, hello, Ganecki, hello. Thank you, Red. You always are on top of things, dropping her Instagram and her channel. Van Girl Cheryl says, ciao for now, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Van Girl Cheryl, thank you for stopping in. The interview with Lisa went well today. Brenda says, yeah, it did. It really did. I'm very pleased by that interview. Red, been enjoying your videos. Yes, go over. Can all of my moderators please drop your link? Could you drop your link, my moderators, so everyone can go over and check you out? Also, anyone in here who is a content creator, I want to do this early on so I don't forget. If you're a content creator, could you please put a big C up there in the comments so we can go, hey, keeping up with Colorado? Could you put a big C? And yes, Margaret Hutchins, we are live. Or we're trying to be live. We're doing our best. Graham says currently at Stanford on the outskirts of Brisbane. Okay, are feeding out of my hand. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Nora says, yes, Margaret, this is a live stream. It is indeed. Oh, hello, KUW, Colorado. Oh, keeping up, KUW, keeping up with Colorado. All right. So, okay, keeping up with Colorado. I see you got a big C for content creator. Wanda says, what's the update on Elmer and your stay overnight at Slab City? Oh, Elmer. Well, I've got to call my friend whose granddaughter is raising Elmer for her school project and find out if he won a blue ribbon at the fair and competition he went to. I know this may not sound like a good thing to say, but I am hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, praying that Elmer did not win a blue medal or a blue ribbon or any kind of ribbon. Because if he wins a ribbon, he has to go to the fair to be auctioned off. But my friend told me, which I didn't know, if he doesn't go to the fair, he doesn't have to be auctioned off, and I can buy him off without going to auction and get him for hopefully a lot less. So that's the hope. And someone on one of the lives gave me the name of a place where they said I could, if I don't meet up with Blake, Shelton, which is probably, that's probably a pipe dream. But if I don't, then that's somewhere they said that they would take him and he could live out his days without ending up on the dining room table. So, and Slab City, oh my goodness. I'm trying to do a get a video up. I've just been behind times on these videos, but I'm trying to get a video up on Slab City, and it was an interesting experience, and I can see why it would appeal to a lot of people, especially if you're in a camp. I think, especially if you're a woman, I think you need the safety of being within a camp community. There are several camps within there over a dozen individual camps within Slab City where people camp together, and I really think that that is the safest thing to do it. If you're going to be in Slab City. So, but also, I'm going to announce it here. I have a video, excuse me, a video that I did an interview. I interviewed Wolf. Remember the person who was on the live with me for a while? His name is Wolf, and it was his camp that I stayed in overnight. Well, Wolf has a built out camp that, I mean, is just really very unique. And he did some things like piped in water from a canal into his camp that he uses and puts through a filter. I mean, he just does some brilliant things. And I did an interview with him, and keep your fingers crossed, everyone. That interview, instead of airing on my channel, Bob Wells may air it on his channel. So we'll see. So that would be nice to do some collab. We'll see. We'll see how things go. It's not a guarantee, but we'll see how it goes. And his administrative person gave me permission to share this information. So we'll see. Knock on wood that it all comes through and everything goes through as I'm hoping and praying. So prayers out. Also, I do have a prayer request for you all. I usually don't make prayer requests. I'm usually taking them. But could you all pray for Jessica? She really does need prayers. And I'm not going to go into any other details, but could you just please hold her up in prayer, especially you prayer warriors, if you would. I would greatly appreciate it. All right. So Aaron Mack says, so how's your nomadic journey going? Well, I haven't been all that nomadic lately, although I did go to Slab City last weekend. And well, I guess I am being a little nomadic. I went to Slab City. I'm going to Las Vegas, but I'm going to be meeting with my brothers. They're converging so we can kind of get a family get together in Las Vegas. And then I don't know, the summer is coming up, and we will see we'll see what we see. I don't know. They're having all these crazy weather patterns, places, floods, tornadoes. So I'm kind of watching where everything's happening because I don't want to go anywhere and get caught up in a flood or a tornado. So I'll see, Aaron, where we're headed next. I am planning, and I will share it here first, but I am planning a extensive cross country trip, but we'll be announcing that at a different time. You know, I've got to get everything set up, a house sitter set up, and all that kind of stuff. But we'll be announcing, of course, on the live, so I tell you guys first about it. Let's see. Uh, Kenneth says, Red, I can see you are always spreading such love. Yes, Red does. I really appreciate Red. She says, I have groceries sitting in my car. It's a good thing it's not too hot here in Denver. Yes, you better get those groceries out, girl. But I did do an interview a few days ago that I think will be interesting to you guys. It's with someone who went from being homeless to living on the streets for several nights to now being in a SUV, and they now are getting a full-time job. They should be starting the beginning of May, but she was telling me that even with a full-time job, and because she couldn't, it's a long story, but even with a full-time job, she says she thinks she's going to stay in her van for quite a while to save up money. But that interview should be coming up, and tour should be coming up next week, and I think you'll find it's it's different. Let me put it like that. It's a different kind of interview and tour, but of a very kind, gentle person that has lived a life that was not true to who they were. That's all I'm going to say, but that's coming up next week. So hopefully, you know, you guys, it's a different kind of interview than I usually do, but I think it was a story that's worth telling. So, let's see who else. Uh Wanda says, I didn't know Slab City had businesses. That was a big surprise. Well, technically, where I ate that night or that afternoon is a social club, but there are businesses. And in the video that I'm going to do, I will show you a couple of the businesses. One is a person who makes jewelry. So she has a stand that's set up because I didn't realize this, but I thought a lot of people went to see Salvation Mountain, but I didn't know that a lot of people drive through Slab City, at least during the daytime, and make stops at different places. So a couple of very industrious folks have set up like a little art gallery and a little jewelry stand where they sell their wares, their artwork and their jewelry. And so and then when you're coming into Slab City, there's someone there who is selling t-shirts and I think stickers. I tried stopping by there on the way into Slab City, but they were closed. And then I got so busy that I didn't get to stop back by. Oh my goodness, I'm frozen here. Let's see. Oh my words. Oh my goodness, I got frozen here. I don't know what you guys heard and what you didn't hear, but there are several businesses in Slab City. I hope this is not repeating. I don't know if you heard it, but there's a woman who makes jewelry. She set up a little stand, someone else who does artwork, and there's a little business when you come in to Slab City. He sells t-shirts and stickers and things that souvenirs for Slab City. So there are very industrious people in Slab City, and honestly, I have never seen anyone who is able to repurpose what we might consider junk like some of the people in Slab City. It is unbelievable, really unbelievable. Red says, Kenneth says, I always pray for your family, some by name every day of my life. got you covered. Thank you so much, Kenneth. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, 2 weeks. You're heading to Philly, Red. Oh my goodness. Hello, Alma. Hello, Alma. Red says, I'll be seeing my daughter, son-in-law, and my granddaughter, and my friend Serenity Studio Art is going to have her art show too. Oh, well, why don't you do a live or at least do a video of that, Red, and show us? Um, Now, Wanda Hutchins says, I didn't notice a name. What was it that you needed a name for, Wanda? I missed that. Vons and a Rose says, whatever happened to the 2 women and 2 sons that you did a video on about 6 months ago? Well, they got a substantial amount of money from a GoFundMe that someone set up for them. One of them got their vehicle back. The other one, more was owed on it in fines and fees than the vehicle was worth, so they decided to just get something else. And I've talked to them on and off, but I haven't talked to them lately, but I will give her a call. Her name's that's Lisa also, and I will do an update. You know what? It's time I should do an update. They were getting the kids in school because the kids were out of school, and that was going to be a problem with truancy. So, but it looked like they were turning a corner with a lot of the assistance that they got, including from many of you. So I'm very happy to say that they were given a boost. That's what I try to do, is just be the wind beneath someone's sail, get them afloat, and then hopefully they can fly on their own. And so they certainly were given enough to get a new start, and I hope that they are using it wisely and prudently. But I will find out and let you know, Vons on a Roll, what happened with them. Wanda Hutchins says, Brenda Burner, he has a trailer that he does soup kitchen from. I can't type today. Huh. I wonder who is that has the soup kitchen? That's a wonderful thing to be doing. Keeping Up with Colorado says, I'm happy for you and Red. Everyone, Lava saying hello to Colorado. Yeah, how are you doing, Colorado, Lori? Because I know you really were having some health problems. I hope that things are going well for you. Okay, Zibling says, see you, not frozen. I was frozen on my end for a while. I don't know what was happening. All right, let's see. Anyone else? I didn't see too many people do C for content creator. So I'm going to give you one more shout out. Do a C for content creator. Keeping Up with Colorado did, but I didn't see anyone else. I know Redheaded Riding Hood is a content creator. Lindy's Awesome Van Adventures is a Lava Lindy's Awesome Van Adventures is a content creator. Hey, Crystal and La Gringa is a content creator. Outdoor Dash Travels. Okay, all right. Outdoor Dash Travels. All right. Keeping Up with Colorado says hello, Dee Dee. And anyone else? Miss Ned says Lava Lindy's Awesome Van Adventure. I hope Lady Debbie S is okay. You know what? Jessica and I were talking about it the other day. We are worried. I know what apartment complex her son lives in, but it's huge and there's no way I could go door to door. I have texted her several times. The last time I saw her was at my birthday bash in Quartzsite. And did we go out? We may have gone out for lunch since then. And then she texted me one day saying she needed a ride from somewhere, but I'd already left the area and I didn't get the text until I was way out of the area. But when I got it, I texted her back and said, I'm out of the area, but I'll be glad to come back over there. Where are you? And then she said she had gotten an Uber, so she was okay. I haven't heard from her since. So I don't know. And I don't know. I'm worried. I don't know if she just doesn't want to be bothered right now. You don't want to bother someone, but I am worried. I'm concerned. So, you know what? Let's send some prayers out for Lady Debbie S, because I'm just hoping that everything is going okay for her, that she's fine, but she's I don't know. And I do pray that everything is going well with her, because I considered her a dear friend. So let's just send some prayers up for Lady Debbie S too. Can we all do that? All right. Call Me V says doorbell system has names. Well, I guess Ring, if you call Ring a doorbell system, that has a name. But all right. Anyone that it's your first time in the house. Oh my goodness, it's 4:00. If it's your first time in the house, can you put a number 1 so we can say hello to you and greet you, say hello, because that's how we do. Oh, this lighting is terrible here today. Oh my goodness. But sorry, folks. I'll be better next week. But sending prayers for Lady Debbie S. I was honored to meet her at Carol's party. Sweet lady, she is. She's a very sweet lady, a good friend, and she will help. I mean, she just loves to help people. She has a helping, kind, generous heart. She truly does. So I just pray that everything is okay. Maybe she's just taking a break and doesn't want to communicate right now. But, so I have to respect that. But thank you, everything. Call Me V says it's been a while. Hello, hello. Call Me V says I do replays. Well, good, good. All right. I don't see any number 1. So it looks like we have mostly OGs, old time Globies in the house today. Original Globies in the house. So, well, guys, I hope you have a wonderful the rest of your weekend, and just your journeys are filled with joy and blessings. And I will catch you all next week, and I will be 1:00 on the 4th in Las Vegas at, let me get the name of it again. You would think I would know the name of where I'm having it's just a little impromptu. We'll just meet for lunch. It's at Viva Las Arepas. Viva Las Arepas, and it is in Las Vegas on 1616 South Las Vegas Boulevard. It's a Venezuelan restaurant, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to try it out. So, all right, gotta go. Crystal Negranga says I had a few comments on some of my posts from Lady Debbie a couple weeks ago. All right, so she's still a couple weeks ago, so she's still among the living. That's good to hear. All right, so I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, Crystal. Thank you for letting me know. Have an awesome week, Globies. Yes, love you. Outdoor Dash Travels is going to have her live tomorrow, Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And Red-Headed Riding Hood has a live on Mondays. And Red, your live is at 6 p.m. Pacific. Red, are you going to have your live this week, this Monday, Red? Could you make a note, Red, real quick so we can see what time it's going to be and if you're going to have it this Monday, because I know you're heading to Philly pretty soon. So, all right. Zibling Creation says, bye, everyone. Have blessed weekend and week ahead. And stay strong. Keep going. Yes, that's right. Stay strong. Keep going. I'm going to wait to see if Red puts in a comment here about her live on Monday, if she's having it or not. Red. Bye, everyone. Crystal Lagringa. Bye, Crystal. Thanks for popping in. Margaret says, when you're in Las Vegas, keep your eyes open for my friend Dave Peace. He's headlining at a barbecue place sometime next month. Oh, Dave Peace. Okay. I will keep my eyes out for him. Okay, 6 p.m. Yes, Red is doing 6 p.m. Her live on Monday. So check Red-Headed Riding Hood out. 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. All right. Love each and every one of you. May your journeys again be filled with joy and blessings. And let me see if I can't end this broadcast. You know, I always have a hard time ending them. All right. See you later, guys.